Hey gang, welcome back to Mark's 60 Plus Fitness Journey. I think today is time for me to update my workout program. I've had a couple of questions about what my current workout program is, so I'm going to break that out today and explain what I'm doing, when I'm doing it, and why I'm doing it. So, with that, let's get into it. If you've been watching my videos for a while, you'll know that I'm a big fan and proponent of changing up your workout, morphing your workout, adapting a workout to your physical condition at the time. Now, as we get older, we need to adapt our workouts to include more recovery time, more rest, for example. That's something I'm still fighting with. There may be an injury that you're trying to work around or work through. Jobs, family situations, time constraints, things like that change. And the other thing is, I think it's important to keep the workouts fresh. You don't want to become stale and do the exact same thing every time. I mean, doing the exact same exercises, the body adapts to that, and I think it's much better to change it up occasionally to get into a muscle confusion state where your body has to adapt to something new and it'll adapt with muscle growth, strength, better fitness. With that, let me show you what I'm doing now and why I'm doing it. Okay, before we get into my specific workout, I just want to go over what my goals are right now at 61 years old today, and because that is very relevant in the construction and creation and design of my current workout program. Now, if you've been watching my videos, you know that I've been working out since I was in my mid-teens, and certainly, so that means there's some ups and some downs. There were some really long, nice workout periods for years. There were some periods where I was not working out for weeks and months at a time. And about 5 years ago, I was at the probably the pinnacle of a down cycle, and I have a video about that, about the history of that I'll link up here in the corner. But at that point in time, a little over 5 years ago, I weighed about 235 pounds. I was probably I was definitely at the worst physical condition I've ever been in my life. And I was pretty determined to get back on track. But starting at that point, I was pretty much at ground level zero. I had a different approach, different goals at that point. My goals then were to lose weight. And so my workout program back then, 5 years ago, was pretty much centered on elliptical work, treadmill work, a lot of walking. I did some calisthenics, push-ups, pull-ups, that kind of stuff. Very little resistance workout. Now, since then, my workouts have morphed quite a bit. And as of today, today's May 24th, 2021, I've kind of modified and adapted and designed my workout to a pretty specific point for me. So I want to show you where my goals are right now as a result of where I'm going. So let's start with the goals, and then we'll move on to the actual workout program. Okay, so these are my goals right now as a 61-year-old man. Now, I want to say one thing right up front before we start, because I know this is going to come up. And I have another video I'll link up here in the corner regarding my testosterone replacement therapy that I started about 6 months ago. Every 2 weeks, I take 250 milligrams of testosterone cypionate. Just want to get that out there. That's all part of my program as we speak right now. So as I said, I'll link a video just discussing that. So right now, what I want to do at 61 is maintain muscle and, if possible, add some muscle. And you know, at 61 years old, it's fairly difficult to add muscle. But maintain muscle, stay as lean as I can. I want to keep my body fat as low as I can. Right now, around, I think, 12 or 13%. And my biggest one, I guess this should actually be number one, I wanted to increase my lower body strength. And as such, I'm doing a lot of squats and deadlifts. You know, if you've been watching my videos, again, you see I do a lot of videos on squats and deadlifts because I focus on them. In the 4 years prior to now, I was doing a lot of running. Now there's obviously there's lower body work on that, but I just felt like I was losing my lower body strength, and I wanted to step that up a little bit, particularly as I age. So hence the squats and deadlifts, and that being one of my goals. And I also want to just maintain some athleticism. I want to be able to get out and run around and play games. I want to go out and maybe throw a baseball around, play softball, kick a soccer ball around, maybe even play golf. I just want to maintain some overall athleticism. Maybe be able to sprint if I have to, if somebody were to be chasing me, for example. And just basically stay energized, jazz with my workouts, keep it fresh, and just basically maintain my ability to keep going to the gym, keep it fresh. So those are my goals now, and these all are part and parcel of how and why I designed this workout program I'm going to show you right now. Okay, so now today I use a 5-day workout schedule. I have a video that I will link down below in the description and up here in the corner regarding my 4-day workout cycle that I published months ago, probably pretty soon after I started my channel. But I just want to use that as a reference if you want to check that out. That's what I was doing at the time, was a 4-day workout cycle. And today I'm using a 5-day workout cycle. So I basically break my workouts into five days, and basically they're kind of like one body part per day. Now I'm just going to arbitrarily start with day 1 being squats and deadlifts. And I mentioned to you that this was one of my goals, was to increase my lower body strength and stability. And I do that with squats and deadlifts. And so on this day, I'll do squats, and I use a strength training approach, a linear progression approach, where I do 3 sets of 5 reps and at a given weight. And once I can do that 3 sets of 5 reps at a given weight, I'll move up 5 or 10 pounds. Same with the deadlifts. Now on this day right here, on one session, I'll start with squats first, do a heavier day, follow that up after the squats with a lighter version of the deadlifts. My next squat deadlift session I'll reverse that and do deadlifts first. That'll be my heavier strength session. Then I'll follow it with a lighter session of squats. Now, I do my strength training session at 3 sets of 5 reps, and then I'll follow it up with some hypertrophy work like leg presses, leg extensions, sissy squats, that kind of thing. So, day 1, squats, deadlifts, and in the afternoon, I always do some walking. And generally speaking, I try to make it an hour of pretty brisk walking. Now on this day, it's probably going to be more like 30 minutes or so, because this is a heavier lower body day. So that's day 1. Okay, so let's move on to day 2 of my 5-day cycle. Day 2, shoulders. Now, shoulders also includes a strength movement, that being overhead presses. And again, I'll do a strength training approach of 3 sets of 5 reps at a given working weight. And once I can successfully do that, I'll move up 5 pounds. And as with my deadlift and squats, I do that as my strength movement, and I follow it up with some dumbbell work, just some more specialized shoulder work. And I have a lot of videos regarding my shoulder workouts that you can reference here as well. So this is generally about a 50-minute shoulder day. And before I leave the gym, I'll usually do some HIIT work also after that. And that usually includes stair climbing for me. I'll do at my gym anyway, it's about a 30-second hard press from the first floor to the 3rd floor. And I'll do that between 5 and 10 reps. I'll hit it hard, rest completely, do another set. And no more than 10 minutes of this high intensity interval training for that. And again, in the afternoon, I'll finish up my workout day with an hour of walking. On a shoulder day, I normally do 60 minutes of walking outside. So that is day 2. Okay, day 3. Now day 3, I'll follow shoulder day with my back day. And here again, I have a strength training movement that I incorporate at the beginning of my back day. And I just want to say this too, I forgot to mention this before, my strength training movements are always done first. Shoulders, always overhead presses first. Back day, I do rows as a strength training movement. And you know, you probably know, rows, there's about an infinite number of ways to do rows, but I do have some videos regarding my back workout and my rowing as well. But here I do my rows first, 3 sets, 5 reps at a given weight. And again, once I can do that, I move up 5 pounds. And then I'll follow it up with some other more hypertrophy type back work. I lean pretty heavily on pull-ups. I like pull-ups. For me, pull-ups really work well. They give me they hit my lats really well. Give me a nice V shape. But I also do a lot of cable work, lat pull downs. I do a lot of machines like the hammer strength rowing and lat pull machines and seated rows. Again, I have a lot of back workouts you can reference too, if you'd like. And then I follow up, like that's about a 50-minute workout. And then I'll follow that up at the gym with the same type of HIIT approach I do with my shoulder days. No more than 10 minutes of high intensity interval training, stairs, or I forgot to mention before, sometimes I use the dyno bike. The dyno bike is the one with the big fan on it and the handles, and just, I love that thing. Again, 20 seconds, really hard. Rest completely, bring your heart rate back down, hit it again for 5 or 10 sessions. And again, in the afternoon, I finish up my day with 60 minutes of walking. Okay, let's move on to day 4, chest workout. This, oddly enough, I do not have a strength movement on this day. And one might think a perfect fit would be a bench press. Well, I just don't do bench presses. I haven't done those in many years. Although I am considering implementing bench presses again. But right now, as of today, I don't do that. What I concentrate on now is I'm a big push-up fan. But recently, I've been moving towards using machines like hammer strength press machines. You can use the flat type that replicates a flat bench press, or you can do the incline machine that replicates an incline bench press. Cable flies I love, and again, push-ups. Now what I've been doing recently on my chest day is doing the heavier work with the machines that I mentioned, and then finishing up with push-ups as a finish movement after my chest has been pre-exhausted with the previous work. And again, this chest day, I have a few videos about this. I just had one last week, as a matter of fact, about my current chest workout. It's about a 50-minute workout, and right now, on day 4, I generally don't do any high-intensity interval training. Give my body a rest on that, but I do finish up the day with my 60 minutes of walking. And finally, day 5. I like to dedicate a single day to exclusively doing arm work. I really look forward to this day. By the time I get to the 5th day, I'm pretty tired. So arm day is generally a lighter day. Not quite so much work, not nearly the compound work, not nearly as many muscles involved. But I do like to focus my arms on one single day, so I do that. And this arm day generally it's closer to 40 minutes, if that, really. And after my arm day, I do some high intensity interval training, 10 minutes, as I said, with either the stair climbing or the dyno bike. And then on this day, I'll finish up the day with 60 minutes of walking. So there it is. That's this 61-year-old's current 5-day workout program. Now we're at the point where we're starting to where we're really going to make money and see some progress, and that's our rest day. We're going to do that 5-day cycle, and we're going to have a rest day. This is something I fight with a lot. I may be feeling really jazzed after that arm day and want to jump right back into my squat deadlift day, but I make myself take a rest day because I need the recuperation of that day. That's true for anybody, but in particular as we get older. Rest day. probably the biggest component of this whole 5-day program. And I do want to mention on this day, I do some walking. I love walking. I think walking is one of the best aerobic, calorie burning, staying lean type of exercises. This is aerobic as opposed to anaerobic, meaning you're huffing and puffing, like the high intensity interval training type approach. This is a nice low level, low impact exercise that fits me, suits me perfectly. And then we start that 5-day cycle all over again. And I'd be remiss if I didn't mention that part and parcel of all of this is our diet. This workout, no matter how well you approach it, if you're not paying attention to your diet, it's not going to work nearly as well. You may be consuming a lot of calories and getting stronger, but there's going to be some fat accumulation if you're not careful. And in my world, as you saw, one of my goals was to stay lean, so I have to pay attention to my diet. And with that being said, I think my next video is going to be about my current diet, how I diet, what I eat, and my approach there. So that'll be next. So there it is. Thank you so much for visiting. Let me know what you think about this 5-day program. As a matter of fact, I'm very curious about if you do deadlifts and squats, do you do them on the same day? If not, how do you break yours out? Where do you fit your squats and deadlifts into your workout if you do them? Very curious about that. But again, thank you for visiting. If you haven't already, please consider clicking that subscribe button. Come join our group. There is a wealth of knowledge out there that everybody is willing to share. I've gotten quite a few nuggets myself and implemented them. There's a lot of participation, a lot of knowledge out there. So click the subscribe button, come join us. And also, if you would, hit that like button for me. That'd be great. Tell your friends, keep coming back. And until next time, go get 'em. Mark out.